Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not too bad, thanks. Yourself?
Good.
What's been happening the last few weeks? Were you online with them? Online in these sessions, I mean?
Yes, at least in some of them. Um, but currently I have like three open merge requests. Um, but they seem to not be getting a lot of attention. But someone like Marco mentioned that right now there's uh, apparently some workshop or something, and a lot of people are not that available, so maybe we have to just wait.
I see. And there's Marco himself. Hello, Marco.
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, you're back from Japan.
I am. Yes, got back a
Oh,
couple of days ago.
oh, how it was? How was it?
It was very good. It's such a big place. It's ridiculous. I think we did like I don't know about 15,000 steps every day.
Yeah, what did I tell you?
Yeah, oh god, but no, it was fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah, really nice.
yeah.
Had
Did
to
you enjoy
do
the
had to
trip?
do a lot of kids stuff, obviously.
Yeah, okay. That's
Um,
obvious.
but no, it was we dragged them along to a few places that we wanted to go to as well, and they, considering the amount of walking we were doing and stuff we were doing, they were fantastic.
Oh, okay. So it went well.
Yeah, yeah, really well. Rigel now thinks he might want to go back for his 10th birthday, or maybe England. He's not sure now. It's put doubt in
Can I
his mind.
join you if you go back to Japan?
Sure. Um, yeah, that'll be in a few years yet.
Yeah,
But I'm already planning other places we can go to.
yeah. I know. I went there with my wife last year, and it's actually almost 1 year now that we've been there. And when we got home, we started putting away money to go back there.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's so expensive though, isn't it?
No, I didn't find it
Oh, really?
expensive. No.
Okay. Because,
Japan?
Yeah,
yeah.
Japan.
I You don't think it's expensive? But where do you
I
live usually?
I live in Italy,
Okay.
but I
I
mean, it's
Yeah.
didn't find the most expensive part is traveling. Like if you have to use the metro station or the uh, when we went there, we did a couple of trips with the bullet train,
Oof,
Yeah.
yeah.
the Shinkansen, and that is expensive. But for example, if you have to go out to have food, it's not that expensive.
Oh,
At least we didn't find it that expensive.
Okay.
because on the metro, the train line, JR Rail, and all that stuff, the subway, we only put. Oh, this is Australian dollars, so I don't know what it is. In Japan, in yen, I think we put 10,000 yen on mine and my partner's, and then 5,000 yen on the kids' ones, and that
Yep.
lasted us 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then, yeah, the bullet train, we only did a return to Tokyo. No, return to Osaka um,
Yeah.
from Tokyo, and that was like 90,000 yen, I think.
Yeah, the bullet
It
train
was
is,
that was very expensive.
yeah, it's expensive. We paid less for that because we were on we didn't plan our own trip. We were with a group, so
Yeah,
they
yeah.
care of everything, including the train. So we had a pass, which basically was a little bit less expensive. But yeah,
Hmm.
uh,
Food wasn't crazy expensive, but I do think it was more expensive than what we're used to in Australia.
No, at least compared to Italy, going out for lunch or for dinner there in Japan was cheaper than in here.
Yeah, okay.
How much is
So
a meal there? Like an average dinner out, or
in Italy,
no, in Japan.
uh, well, we went for the basic or normal stuff. For example, we went
Yeah.
eat ramen, sushi. Of course, it's a little bit more expensive because it's fish, but we spent from 10 to 15, 12 euros
Yeah,
each.
that's cheap.
Yeah. I mean, here in Italy, nowadays, even if we go out for a pizza, we at least spend the
20 or
same amount.
something.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit less, but at
Okay.
least 15. So yeah, we found it cheaper than Italy.
Yeah. I
Okay,
live
so
in Switzerland, so everything seems super cheap.
So did you say you were paying 15 euros in Italy? Is that per
Uh,
person?
each, yes.
Okay, so that's about the same as what we pay in Australia and what we were paying in Japan, I think. Because there were some places that were really cheap where it was like 1,000 yen for some ramen.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we did sushi one time, and it's over 100 Australian, which would be, what would that be in euros?
Well, I'm not going to tell you how much we spent when
60
we went to
euros.
eat. We spent over 60 euros each when we once went to eat Wagyu. So Kobe,
Yeah.
and we knew that was expensive, so that's not an issue. It's an experience that we wanted to try. Yeah, it was so expensive.
It was talking about Wagyu, tangentially related. We were checking some restaurants and we saw a few places on there saying, like, it was a teppanyaki place, I think. It's like,
Yep.
the Australian beef was more expensive than the Japanese beef. It's like,
Yeah.
we fly all the way from Australia just to get Australia beef again.
Yeah, it's the thing with Wagyu that Australian beef, they imported Wagyu from Japan and
Yeah.
they're comparable, if not sometimes even better than the original Wagyu. So
Yeah, it's really weird. But yeah, we didn't get that because it was like $200 a person. What would that be? 18,000 yen per person, I think it was.
yeah. Yeah, well,
What's that?
if you
$112 each. 112
yeah,
euros each, sorry.
yeah, if you want to have that, you know that you're going to pay a lot, and yeah, you can live with that if you know what you're going up for.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Should we jump into GitLab stuff?
Yes. So did you have something to have a look at? Because I know that Claire had maybe a couple of issues to have a quick look at.
No, we were just catching up on that. Actually, I was asking what was going on the last few weeks. I was away. Yeah, and you mentioned you've got some merge requests open without activity. Did you want to go through those?
I think, as Marco said yesterday, I think we need to have a bit of patience, maybe. I don't know. Or what do
Yeah,
you
this
think?
week is a little bit a mess because I guess 70 to 80% of the whole GitLab team is at a conference. So the reviews
Is it whatever they call it? What's it called?
Summit.
That's the one. Yeah.
Yep, it's this week. So basically, I don't know if you had a look at Slack, Andrew, but basically no one is there.
Okay.
So yeah, we have to be a little bit patient with the review this week.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I have one merge request that's been like there for like 3 weeks now, but I think the reviewers I checked and I think they are on vacation, and I think they might be back this week, so maybe that's why it was not getting any attention. So let's wait.
So
maybe.
Okay, then if the reviewer doesn't get back to you after they get back from vacation. I would say maybe give it a little bit, like a couple of days, if they have to catch up with things, and then try to ping them if they didn't respond to you.
Yeah, I think we can, or what I would do is let's wait till next week or so, and then if nothing happens, we can recover this. But yeah, maybe I wanted to pick up another issue, but the thing is that it's always so difficult for me to select one from the issues. I mean, there are so many, and also when I go and check, some of them are open, but they are like they were fixed in another one, or I don't know, like it's yeah, it's difficult for me to be able to choose one.
Well, if you find an issue that has been closed while working on other stuff, or that has been closed, didn't get actually closed, feel free to leave a ping to whoever works on that, or us, like me or Andrew or Lee, so that we can have a look, and if it's actually closable, we can close it so that disappears from the open issues list.
Okay. Okay, I will then.
But yeah, finding issues can be difficult because there's so many.
Yeah.
So you want to have a look together, or what?
Yeah, that
what
would be
would
great. Probably you have a better overview. Should I share my screen or?
if you want to, so that you can have the
Yeah.
control or what you search.
Yeah. Can you see it? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
don't know.
how do you
Yeah, tell
usually
me.
search for this?
I usually use labels. I tend to ignore the community contribution wanted or whatever that label's called, because I mean, Raymond told me, yeah, like just search for issues with other labels, like that the label, if that label is not there, it doesn't mean we don't want.
Yeah,
So
basically, you mean seeking community contributions?
yeah, but what I do is, for example, well, I use quick win, depending what, or backend bug. These are the labels that I use the most, but
Right.
still there are so many that I just don't know.
Yeah.
What would you suggest?
Well, pretty much what you do is already what I would do. Maybe if there are any particular area that's piquing your interest, for example, I don't know. For example, I do a lot of contribution on the project management stuff. So I also use the group, the label group project management to, for example, filter all the issues that are related to that group. Or if you're more interested in like pipelines, there's the pipeline execution group. If you go to, actually, let me share the link.
Okay.
Because on the GitLab handbook, there's a page with all the groups that exist, and you can have a look at those. This one here. So basically, on that handbook page, there's the list of all the different groups that are that the GitLab team is divided into. And like I mentioned, if you have a look there and you're most interested into doing searching issues on a specific part of the other product, you can have a look there and use the group label to
Uh,
scan issues.
Where are the groups?
Scroll down.
Here or
Uh,
no,
yeah. Let
this
me
one?
see. Yeah, try that. Product groups. Let me check because I know that's the page, but product page, pricing page, product page. Mm. Oh, okay. So basically you have the different stages, which are the macro categories. For example, the stage package as the group for the container registry, for the package registry, and
Where can I see that?
so on the sidebar on the right, you see DevOps stages, analytics section, CD section, CI section. On the right sidebar, sorry.
Sorry.
So for example, if you
Okay.
go to the one, for example, the package stage, okay, you see that package stage, then it has the container registry group, and if you go down a little bit more, you have the package registry group. So basically, you have all the stages. Basically, the stages are the main components of GitLab. For example, the at the beginning of the page, there's the infinite DevSecOps stages, the image. Scroll down a little bit, a bit more. The first image that you find, this one. So basically code, plan, build, test, release, monitor, operate, and deploy. Those are the different stages. And for example, on plan, you have the project management group and other groups that are all related to planning. And you have, I guess, Kubernetes and stuff like that. So here are all the stages and all the different groups that you can use to filter the issues even more.
Okay. I mean, at the moment, I uh, I am interested in getting a bit of knowledge of the overall application because I was doing something with webhooks, then we were doing the two issues from last week, and for me
Okay.
at this point it just helps me to get familiar with the code or the different parts of the code. So I'm not like I don't have really a preference group wise, but I mean, sure, I could use it for filtering, but I don't know. I really don't have a preference. I have just more difficulties finding issues that are not assigned or worked on, or like I don't know, for example, like if they are not even tagged or they were open like 3 hours ago. I don't know if they what filters they need to pass through for it to be like, yeah, like we should do this. Let's do this.
Well, any issue could be technically you could have a look at. Quick wins, in theory, should have at least an implementation plan ready so that if a new contributor wants to have a look, they at least have a track of what they would need to do in order to close the issue.
Okay.
So quick wins should be very how can I say it? They should have all the labels and ready to be picked up by anyone, basically.
Okay.
And then like you're doing, you can filter for backend or front-end stuff. One other thing that you could do is, for example, sort by popularity so that you can have a look at what the most popular issues are instead of created
Okay, so how is popularity measured?
with thumbs.
Okay. Oh, that's fine.
So yeah, there are issues here. If you remove the quick win label and the backend label and you only sort by popularity, you find very old issues that have hundreds of thumbs up,
Yeah.
but not necessarily are quick wins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, list of all subscribed issues. That one is a lot of. I'm gonna have a look at that. That's interesting. But yeah, I mean, finding an issue is not necessarily the hardest part of contributing, but it's not that easy because I don't tend to go and search issues at quote unquote random, like go there and pick one. I usually contribute on stuff that interests me, so I already know what kind of what to do, or if it's a feature that it doesn't exist, I open an issue and discuss with the team.
Yeah.
So I create the issue that I'm going to work on. But yeah, picking an issue from the bucket is can be quite difficult. But yeah, I don't really have any real advice on top of what you already do. I don't know, Andrew, do you wanna add something? And maybe we lost Andrew.
Nope, I'm here. Sorry, I was muted. No, I think, yeah, what you were saying about finding something that's bothering you and creating issues for that is generally what I do as well. Yeah, I don't know. I know earlier on you were saying some of the labels being deprecated. I feel like they do that every 6 to 12 months.
Yes. But if you, for example, the groups labels, they do change relatively frequently because they mix and match groups sometimes. But the accepting merge requests or seeking community contributions, those are going to be removed because every issue is accepting merge requests or seeking community contribution, and that's the reason why they're removing them. And that's also
Okay.
why Raymond told Claire to basically don't use those because they're not getting applied anymore. At least
Yeah.
they should have.
Are they going to have like first-time contributor labels though, things like that?
It's the quick win because quick win issues by policy should have all the needed labels applied and at least an implementation plan so that a new contributor can pick them up and already have a track of what they are going to do.
Right. Okay. My understanding, not from what I've heard about GitLab, but just in general, is quick win is just something that's small but may need domain knowledge. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean, quick wins should have the implementation plan and shouldn't be. It shouldn't require you to know the code base in order to actually get it done.
Yeah. Okay.
What does the label deprecated accepting merge request mean?
The label was accepting merge request before without the deprecated. Basically, it was kind of applied automatically to every issue because every issue is accepting merge requests. Like and that's the reason why it's getting deprecated because it's
yeah, it doesn't make any sense to have a label.
What about the
Exactly.
seeking community contributions label then? Like on the
Another one that's going to
Mondo.
disappear.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that we removed. Well, the first thing that we did was good for new contributions for maybe that label doesn't exist anymore because it had been merged with QuickWin. And yeah, there's an issue on the contributor success team bucket list to finish this because yeah, they're in the process of removing the accepting merge request and seeking community contribution. Maybe a couple of more, but I don't fully remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pick one that's random, but it's not really. I mean, go through the list of issues and pick one and have a look if that's in piquing your interest. Finding something to do is not easy.
No, that's why I think if there's something that you are using that you think could be improved, that's normally the best kind of code to work on. Just because you've got a vested interest to actually see it through to completion then.
Yeah, and also if, for example, if you, in my case, I work on the time tracking features a lot, and because I use because I use the time tracking features, so I kind of have a knowledge of what I want those to look like. So it's not just opening an issue and please someone do this. Yeah, that's interesting to me, and I work on that.
Okay.
Is that because you use the time tracking stuff at your job?
Yep.
Your company? Yeah, okay.
Exactly. We want to eliminate all the other tools.
Yeah.
And it's only one. So what do we want to do now?
I was just taking a look at this because actually I run into this thing. I think I'm just seeing if it's the same thing that we ran into. But I would say yes.
Well, this looks like a quick win, and you already have all the implementation guide. And so if you want to pick this one up, feel free to do so.
Yeah.
It's not assigned to anyone, so it's also pretty old because it's more than 1 year. Okay, so 5 months ago, someone wanted to pick it up.
Yeah. One week ago.
Okay, so this is actually something that's still occurring. So if you want to, you could have a look. At least from the comments, it looked like that.
Yeah, but it's a bit confusing, the conversation.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I mean, it doesn't look like a super quick win, to be honest. It looks like
Oh,
it evolved
yeah.
into.
Go to the top of the page. You have, oh yeah, because you have, if you go to the linked items, you have extend job token in API to accept array of accepted methods there. And that's blocking this issue.
Yeah.
And this is, I don't see the label, but I don't think this is a quick win. That's good.
Yes.
Is there any implementation guide on this? Proposal.
Yeah, this is the discussion we came from.
Yeah. Try to have a look at the end of the description. There's the code snippet in is almost there. Just to have a look if that's a hint on. I'm not sure that one can be a quick win. I mean, I'm not familiar with that part of the code, so maybe the one thing you could do if you want to have a look at that issue is ping, I guess, Timo,
Yeah.
who should pretty well that portion of the code, and ask if he can provide an implementation plan or at least some suggestion on what to have a look at.
Okay.
And because at that point we need to fix the blocker before going to
Yeah.
actually work on the quick win. Up to you. I mean, you're free to do whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah, I will contact him.
Mm-hmm.
I actually
Yeah.
know him personally, so
Oh,
it's
you know
such a
Timo?
coincidence. Yeah, because he was working at the same place I'm working. And so we
Oh,
met.
okay.
He came for like a Christmas something, or I don't remember. And yeah, it's yeah, because I saw the name, and like there's still like some commits I see his name, so in the code we have.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. Maybe even better then because you know him personally, so
Yeah. Yeah,
he can help you out.
yeah, I will ping him.
Okay. Uh, we still
And
have to.
otherwise, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, go on.
No, otherwise I will keep looking for issues anyway, but it's quite difficult to, I mean, the pool is so big that it's quite difficult to find something. Also, like what happens to me is that you enter a quick win and sometimes it it branched out into, yeah, not so quick wins or whatever.
Yeah, that happens a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, that always happens to me. And even when I opened a couple of quick wins, provided an implementation plan, and then when someone started to pick that up, it wasn't that easy. I mean,
Yeah,
last week,
yeah,
the things that we did last week, I thought it would have been a one-line fix, and then we have to dig down deep the rabbit hole like we always do.
yeah. Yeah, for me, it helps if it has like kind of like some files you have to look into it, and then from there I can probably follow. But if there's not even a mention to a file or whatever, then I'm like the code is too big.
Yeah, I mean, for front-end changes, you can try to figure out where that thing is coming from by
Yeah,
having a look at the page and looking for data test ID or stuff like that that's still inside of the page, and try to find those on the source code. But yeah, for backend stuff, you have to have at least an idea on how the code base is laid out to find where the different pieces are. Even just the EE stuff, so basically the enterprise edition stuff is divided from the core, so from the free stuff, and there's some kind of black magic that lets the code load the EE stuff based on conditions when you have a
yeah,
license, stuff like that. Yeah, and also Ruby is not your best friend in this case, because it has a lot of black magic that it's doing stuff
yeah.
that
It's
you
hard to
don't.
follow the like the whole track of the code.
Yes.
I mean the price shell helps a bit, but sometimes you need to know where to put it.
Yeah, yeah, it's true. And finding like like we were talking last week, for example, the whole process of creating a time log from a quick action, it took me hours to find the sequence that was
Yeah,
happening inside of the code to actually create the time log. But yeah, you have to kind of at least figure out how to navigate the code.
yeah, yeah. Well, but I will try to contact Timo about this issue, and yeah, otherwise, uh, yeah, I will search for another issue, and um, yeah,
Uh,
or I will be back next Tuesday.
yeah. Well, are you more interested into backend stuff or
Yeah,
even because okay,
I
if
mean,
you're more
yeah, I'm more interested in backend because I'm closer to working with backend stuff than front end, so like I understand it better, but I don't mind that much. Because I want to kind of like walk around the code until there's a point where I'm familiar enough so I can uh pick up issues more easily. But yeah, I don't know.
well, usually quick wins for front end are easier to have a look at because and maybe sometimes you don't even have to find an issue, because I often, when I do front end changes, I most often than not, I'm having a look at the page from my mobile and I see all the layout of the page that is not right. So I go to fix it, and
Mm-hmm.
even without having an issue.
Okay.
So yeah, if you want to do, and also it's the most visible. For example, if you notice something wrong with the page, you can have a look at.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, feel free to have a look around and ask.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay. Andrew, you wanted to have a look at something?
No, I'm trying to get the merge request up to a state that is actually passing pipelines at the moment. Where's
Oh, the
Jeff?
merge request for the what's that? I think it's the the view apps.
Oh, hang on, that needs completely changing. Oh dear, yeah, the whole merge request is wrong at the moment. I opened this up whilst I was still waiting for a previous merge request to get merged. This is actually porting the viewing admin page button from Haml to view in the top part of the project page. So it's relatively small, but it's failing pipelines for some reason.
Okay.
I can't remember why now. So yeah, there's really nothing to go over in this session, I don't think. Once that's done, I think I might look at doing something similar for the group view page, as in viewing a group and then working out what needs porting over to Vue.js.
And the MR for the project page, is it does it work with the new project homepage layout?
As far as I'm aware.
Oh, okay.
When was the new project page layout done?
It's still behind the feature flag.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that then. Have you got a screen share to show it or something? Or
yes, I do.
Oh, is it live on GitLab.com?
Exactly.
Oh, right. Okay. In that case, yes, then.
Oh, okay, perfect. Oh, yeah, because this, I guess this part didn't change.
Yeah, if you inspect that with your Vue tools, it should all be in Vue. Oh, you can't, can you? Because it's on production.
No, it's on production.
But yeah, that whole top section should be Vue. It looks like it, I think.
Probably. Let's see. This is one whole thingy.
Yeah, those classes. Yeah, I think.
Yep. It's probably already Vue.
Yeah, I think it's already Vue.
Yeah.
Project repo buttons. Yeah, that was my class, I think.
I wonder why is there a padding?
What's up?
Oh, that's not because I see that the size of the elements is smaller than the actual space.
Oh, you mean up and
I
down?
know.
The height.
This,
Yeah.
this, and this have justify content space between, but align items should be start, I guess. Align items center, align items flag start. Yes, this is what happened. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're on self-hosted and you go to a page like this, there's a little spanner icon next to the notification icon on the on the left of that.
Yeah.
So you can, self-hosted, you're an admin and you come to this page. There's
okay.
Haml icon there. So the merge request I've opened up, which says draft move, blah blah blah. That's actually porting a single button from Haml to Vue.
Okay, I see. Well, to replace the whole upper right section of the page, basically.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, if you have a look at the merge request, you can see in the HAML that a bunch of HTML gets removed, or HAML, I should say, gets removed. And that's the whole top panel section done then.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the project repo buttons and GL display flags, that div basically.
Yeah, and then I was wondering what would be involved in porting the whole header to Vue, because I think the only thing left then is that icon and globe icon. The icon, project title, and the globe icon, like visibility icon. So then maybe just porting the whole top header to Vue.
Yeah, I think there should be more stuff in there. Let me have a look at our instance.
One other thing I wanted to have a bit of a poke around with as well. There's a bunch of errors and warnings in the test cases where people are passing invalid props in the test and they're just being ignored.
Okay.
So, for example, you have a component that expects a Boolean false, but in the test case, it's passing a string false. And the test cases are just ignoring those kind of warnings. So I think someone on the GitLab team updated the test runner is explicitly marking those as ignored for now, but any new ones are going to be flagged as, hey, you're passing in the wrong prop type. So I wanted to go through some of the old code and see if they can be cleaned up a bit to make them actually correct.
I guess you're going to find more than one.
Yeah, there's a bunch. If I can find the merge request, I'll post it on Discord. But he just goes through and imports something to ignore warnings, basically.
Okay.
So it'd just be a case of removing those.
Yeah, I think those should happen mostly on root applications, maybe, because you know that when you do the injection and you have to do the parse Boolean stuff, because HAML is providing the Boolean as a string, so it gets converted and all of that.
So yeah, so it'd be looking through that, making sure the HAML and Vue and test cases are all passing in the correct type of parameter.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. Anything else that you would like to have a look at? Otherwise, I think I'm going to have lunch.
Yeah, I think I will head to bed.
Oh yeah, it's late for you.
Yeah, 11:05 at night.
Yeah.
Hopefully next month this will only be 10 o'clock at night.
But you would change time zone as well, or?
But this isn't changing time zone though, isn't it? Isn't this set up as UTC?
No.
Or is it GMT now? Oh.
Because if we change time, it would be 1 hour earlier, I guess, for me and Lee and the others. So it's basically staying the same time, local.
Okay. I was hoping to get to bed early.
You should have stayed in Australia.
You're in Australia, right?
I am, yes.
No, you're in New Zealand.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Sorry?
Did you say I was from New Zealand?
No, Andrew is from New Zealand.
Oh,
now.
New Zealand.
Oh, no. No, I'm in Australia.
No?
Australia, yeah.
You're in Hobart, right?
Yes.
Isn't that in New Zealand?
No, it's like the very bottom of Australia. It's a separate island from the main Australian island.
Oh, I was sure that was New Zealand.
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry for that.
That's all right. But yeah, no, where I was previously, one, they don't do daylight savings, so it's the same time zone throughout the year, which I very much liked.
Okay.
But it was also always an hour. No, it's an hour behind where I am now. So if I were still in Brisbane, it would be 10 o'clock,
Yeah.
which is what will happen to me in a month's time.
Yeah.
But you're
Hopefully.
saying that that's going to change anyway, so it won't make a difference.
Yeah. Basically, yes.
Yay.
Sorry for that.
That's all right. I'm used to it.
Yeah. Well, anyway, do we want to wrap up for today?
Sounds good
Yeah.
to me.
I did
Okay.
have something real
Oh,
quick.
sorry. Yeah.
No
go on.
worries. Yeah, I only found out about this group today. Could I ask for maybe some introductory links and stuff like that just to figure out everything? Because I didn't even know about there was a group like this. So thanks for having me.
Oh, no worries. So yeah, we basically have this call each Tuesday at 12 UTC. No, 11 UTC. So basically, we have a printing session and have a look together at code, or like we did today, have a look at issues or anything really too serious, like we chat about food. But you want to have links for what? I mean, for finding issues and some pointers to that, or what would you like to do?
Yeah, anything really. I mean, it's all GitLab stuff, right? It's just everything GitLab that you cover.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, bye. So yeah, basically we do contribution to GitLab, and we do well, we do. Andrew, help me out.
I'm not sure what word you're looking for. Sorry.
I'm not sure either. Yeah, so we contribute to GitLab. I mean, me and Andrew, we are part of the GitLab community core team. So we kind of are, we don't work for GitLab, but we are more tied to them, and we kind of act as a medium between the
Intermediary.
community.
Yeah.
Between the community and the GitLab team. And yeah, contributing to GitLab. Have you ever contributed to GitLab before, or is it brand new stuff that you're starting out?
Yeah, still pretty new for me. So I haven't learned much about it yet.
Okay, so I'm going to have to show you a little bit. Let me see if we should have the page. So I'm going to send a link on the Zoom chat with a page, basically that's there. It's a kind of a mini guide on how to contribute to GitLab. It shows you how to set up the development kit locally, or using Gitpod, or using the GDK in a box, which is basically the whole development environment inside of a VM, so that it doesn't mess up with your local environment. So basically, after you set up the GDK, so the development kit, you can start contributing to GitLab in any way you want it, basically, because you can do documentation changes, front-end changes, back-end changes. And finding what to work on, I guess you were already with us when Claire tried to have a look at issues. But basically, what we usually do is go to the main GitLab project issues page. I'm going to send the link on the Zoom chat. And then filter issues by labels, for example, quick win. That, as we talked, is basically should be all issues that have an implementation plan, and so that new contributors like yourself can have a look, even if they don't know the code base that well yet. And then you can also use filters, for example, front end or back end if you're interested in one of those. And that's kind of pretty much it. I mean, if you just want to contribute to anything and are stuck, you can reach out to us on Discord, or like today, each Tuesday we have this pairing session that we also have the event on the Discord server. Or if you have any issues and you would like to have a look at, feel free to reach out on Discord on the contribute channel and leave a message there, and someone will help you out, most likely. Even if you want to have suggestion on whether or not one issue can be easy to have a look at, or guidance on how to work on the issue or stuff like that, feel free to reach out. But yeah, anything to add to that, Andrew?
I was just going to say that, yeah, if you find an issue that you're interested in as well, do message someone on the issue if you see previous comments before picking things up, just in case someone else has actually picked it up. Normally, they're pretty good at making sure that things are assigned to someone, but it's always better safe than sorry. Nothing worse than spending like a few days working on something, opening up a merge request, and someone saying, "Oh yeah, I've already done that over here."
Yeah, they're generally all personal projects, right? That we look at.
How do you mean personal projects? Sorry.
Or sorry, I mean in the sense where, like, I'll be working on something and then I'm working on it on my own, and then I upload it, right? And then I need help with it, right? Like that?
Not necessarily, because if you start, I mean, one of the best ways to contribute and to have a look together at something is opening a branch. Yes, create an MR, even if the code isn't ready yet. Opening an MR and asking for feedback or for help on the MR is one of the best ways that you can do it, because you can keep track on what you want to ask and what the answer was. So feel free to open MRs even before the code is actually ready.
Got it. Okay. Sounds good.
Sorry if I interrupted you, Andrew. Were you going to say something?
No. I think you said that really well. I am going to have to walk now, though. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'll catch you guys next week, hopefully.
Yep. Yeah. Bye, Andrew.
Take care. Bye.
Take care.
So
and then always at the same time, right? At this time.
Yeah. On I guess you're already on Discord because you found the link for the call.
Exactly.
Yeah. So on the Discord server, you see on the events, there's the community pairing event every Tuesday, and it should display the time on your time zone.
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so yeah, that's basically if basically never happens. But if no one of us can make it to the pairing session, we drop a message on Discord to tell that we're not gonna make it. So, but it maybe that happened once or twice in the last couple of years. So basically every Tuesday we do have this session, and everyone is free to have a look together at stuff they're doing, and they want to have feedback or they are seeking help, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Nice. Yeah, I'm in Los Angeles, so it's pretty late for me.
Oh, okay. Or pretty early. It depends.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, if you, for example, have issues or you're seeking help or stuff like that, feel free to drop a message on the Discord server. And if we're not here on the call, we can try to help you out, or we can schedule a call to have a look together on a pairing session that's not the scheduled one. And there's actually
Mhm.
a whole team at GitLab, that's the contributor success team, that their purpose is to help contributors. So they're more than happy if someone's seeking help and they're ready to help them out.
Mhm. And the stuff you sent, that's the best documentation to look at to get started, you think, with GitLab? And because I don't know much about GitLab, but that's a good starting point, you think, going through that?
Yeah, the documentation for the contribute to GitLab development, basically the first link that I sent you, it gives you a pretty good
Mhm.
overview on how to set up the GitLab development kit. It talks about the community forks, because basically you have two ways to work on GitLab. You can have your own fork of the GitLab code base, and you work on that. So, and then the EMRs go from your fork to the main GitLab project. But the issue with that is that if you would like to contribute together with someone else, or they're helping you out, or you would basically need to give them access to your fork, at least developer access, so they can make commits to your branch. And also, if you use your own fork, the main issue is that every merge request that you create, it runs pipelines, and those pipelines are going to use your own CI minutes. And that's going to expire pretty soon, because GitLab pipelines take a pretty good chunk of time to complete. So the solution to that is using the community fork, which is a fork of the main GitLab project that you can request access to. And on the document that I sent you, there's all the information on how to do that. Basically, you can then set up the development kit to use that fork instead of your own, and you don't have to worry about keeping it up to date or using your own CI minutes and stuff like that. And that's the main part of starting to contribute, because after you've done that, you can find something to work on. Or if you use GitLab and like I was talking before, if you notice something off, for example, on the UI, you can try to have a look and fix the front end and stuff like that.
Mhm. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Any more questions about this? Feel free, if you have any more question, and even after a call, feel free to leave a message on Discord.
Sounds good. Yeah. I saw there was also another meetup, right? On another day, I think. There's two,
Uh,
I think.
Let me see. Oh, that you mean the monthly CI/CD components community office hours?
Yeah, is that worth? You think that's good to check out also?
I think that I'm not really sure they're going to cover contributing to GitLab. That's more related to contributing to the CI/CD components. So it's a part of GitLab, but it's not actually contributing to the source code of GitLab. But yeah, feel free to join that one as well if you want. Everything is available.
Go. Nice. Okay, Marco. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
No worries.
Nice talking
Okay.
to you, and yeah, thanks for your help.
Glad I helped. Okay, it was a pleasure to meet you as well, and looking forward to see your contributions there.
Yes, sir. I'll see you next time.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you for joining.
Thanks, brother. Thank you so much.
Bye bye.